Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of Lisa's Study Guides, and to kick things off, I want to announce the competition winner for last week's video. So if you checked out last week's video, you'll know that I did a competition for the upcoming workshop for one lucky subscriber to come and attend for free. So basically the competition is over now and the winner is, drum roll, this student! Congratulations on winning. If you did win, then you'll be expecting a Facebook message coming very shortly. And if you joined in the competition but you didn't win, don't worry, because I've still got something very special for you heading into your inbox. Not all hope is lost. If you're still interested in coming to the workshop, which I would absolutely love to have you there, the early bird actually ends this Saturday, the 3rd of September. So go ahead and book yourself a seat, because I would absolutely love to see all of you there. So to continue on, today we're going to be talking about reading and comparing, which is part of the new VC English Year 11 syllabus course. So if you're in Year 11 or younger, then this video will be perfect for you. If you don't study VC, but you're studying something along the lines of comparing and contrasting two texts together, then this video is also for you. Reading and comparing, what is it? Reading and comparing is also known as comparing and contrasting. So what you'll be doing is comparing and contrasting two texts together. Studying two books differ from just one book. Basically, you start to look at things a lot more holistically. This is so that it can lead you to have a fresh insight or a deeper insight into the text that you're studying. You develop new skills in finding the relationship between two books. So for example, you start to make connections between the text and ideas, engage in critical thinking, and go beyond just a simple generic summary of the text, because you reflect on the similarities and differences. But what's the difference between compare and contrast? A lot of students ask this question. So, what does compare mean? To compare is basically to find the similarities between the two texts. So, words you may be using will be in addition, correspondingly, compared to, similarly, at the same time. And what does contrast mean? To contrast is to find the differences between the two texts. So the type of words you may use when writing this type of analysis include however, on the contrary, on the other hand, even though, in contrast, and much, much more. What I've done for you guys is I have created a PDF with a list of the vocabulary you can use when you're writing reading and comparing essays. So replacement words for compare and contrast. So go ahead into the description box, I'll link it there for you, and then you can download that PDF and use it in your own time when you're writing your essays. What type of books will I be doing in reading and comparing? Don't expect to have two texts that have the exact same storyline and therefore think that that's the only time that you can compare. Actually, teachers always try to find books that have some sort of differences so that there is more of that wider range for you to compare and contrast. So, a lot of the popular combinations include 1984 and Brave New World, with the overlapping theme being Future Worlds, 12 Angry Men and Lord of the Flies, with Justice being the general theme, Macbeth and Animal Farm, with Power as the overarching theme. So what should you avoid doing in reading and comparing? Please remember that it is not as simple as just picking out the similarities and the differences and then making a comment about that. That is on a very superficial level, whereas you need to go really deep down to provide an insightful analysis of the two texts. So, what should you be doing? Basically, you can think of it as having two main goals when you do reading and comparing essays. First goal is to provide an excellent and crisp analysis that shows a deep understanding of each of the individual texts that you're writing about. Your essay should always give your reader further insight into the literature that they may not have developed just in reading it. The second one is to look at the works of literature side by side and make observations that would not have been possible if you only looked at one text on its own. If you can do this part, then this is where you're going to really start standing out. So when you're making comparisons or contrasts, you need to point out why these comparisons or contrasts actually matter. So again, it's not just as simple as just pointing them out. You really do need to explain and analyze them. So for example, if we use Animal Farm and Macbeth, Macbeth, we don't really just want to talk about the fact that they're powerful because they're in leadership positions and that's it, because that's pretty self-explanatory. What you want to go into detail about will be, how do they achieve power? How do they go about things similarly or differently? Napoleon in Animal Farm is the kind of leader who uses a lot of propaganda and clever manipulation of other people. Whereas with Macbeth, he basically goes on a killing rampage in order to secure and maintain his throne. Then you could talk about how they're both tyrants who go to extreme lengths in order to maintain their power. They both believe in killing or chasing away anybody who is going to threaten their position. So the take-home message is go beyond the obvious. Anything that anyone would know just by reading that one book by itself, if you're going to put that into a compare and contrast or reading and comparing essay, then it won't be good enough. What you need to be able to do is be able to create new meaning or new interpretation from the fact that you have two books in front of you now. So I'm going to leave it there, but if you guys like to learn more about reading and comparing, especially talking about essay structures and more, then make sure you go ahead and thumbs up that button so that I will continue to make more of these type of videos in the future. Comment below if you have any questions at all, and also don't forget the early bird for the workshops ends this coming Saturday, so make sure you book your spot so that I will meet you guys there. And apart from that, I hope you all have a lovely week. Smash it out. It is the end of term 3 if you're living in Australia, so holidays are coming soon where you're probably going to be studying really hard as well, so it probably won't feel that much like a holiday. But definitely please take a break, because breaks are really important for the brain and the soul and the mind and the body.